Joining me is Canadian actor and singer Karen Holness, and she's here today to talk about her multi-talented career and how she maintains a healthy lifestyle. Welcome to the show, Karen.
Hi, so glad to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we match.
Well, I know. Did we call each other? Maybe.
Maybe. So you're an in-demand actor. How do you maintain a healthy lifestyle?
You really do have to commit to that. And the healthier that you can be as an actor, too, I think, the more it supports your art. Because there's so many demands with like the long hours on set, and the lots of lines to remember. And then it's not even when you're on set too, it's like the auditions and different things like that. So I will definitely get to the gym, do my yoga. I'm a big meditator. So I find that really calibrates my brain, and gives me that extra energy that I need for that little bit of extra dynamism maybe. Yeah, and then a couple key supplements that I know work really well. So
Yes.
yes.
And so do you like work out like 3 times a week, or how does...
I try to do yoga almost every day. So whether it's 5 minutes or whether it's the full half hour, it's rare that I'll do a full hour of yoga, but I'll do like a half hour, and then ideally, depending on the week, I would be at the gym about 3 times a week.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
getting
you're...
some cardio and some calisthenics.
Wow. Well, and it's very helpful for your overall health, mental health as well. And for being on set, how do you cope, or how do you eat healthy?
That's a big one. I mean, fortunately, the craft services department will have healthy choices. So there'll be fresh juices and fruit, things like that. So I try I try to cut that donut in half. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I'm just having half, okay? So, and I had fruit. So, healthy balance. But especially in the morning, like I'm very protective of my morning, so I'll make sure and have a lot of fruit and juice. And if I'm going to indulge in something a little sweet, it'll be more so in the afternoon after lunch. And even the catering department as well. They also have a lot of, everyone has vegan choices, vegetarian choices. Yeah.
Yes, that's wonderful. And
Yeah.
so, Karen, which came first? Your acting? Was it singing? Or was it dance?
Well, it's like what level to answer that question on. I think on the medium level, it was definitely song and dance. I come from a West Indian background, and we have a lot of song and dance in our culture and in our home, always music playing. So that came first, and I started going to professional dance school when I was 15.
Wow.
And was in a performing arts high school as well, doing dance and drama and music. And then I took some classes at Second City Improv, because they mentioned that if you do more improv, you actually are more equipped to book some commercials. So, I didn't really get into a serious acting class until later on, and then that's when I was like, oh, this is where I need to be. So it was
Yes.
clear that that was where I felt most of myself being applied to something.
Yes, and you were in Chicago, right?
The movie, yes. Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Ooh, what to tell you? It's always been one of my favorite musicals. Chicago, he had it coming. The Cell Block Tango. That's the number we were in. It was spectacular. The first day of rehearsal, we met in this huge soundstage in Toronto, and there's Catherine Zeta-Jones and everybody was there. 50 dancers. Richard Gere. yeah, it was extraordinary, and they had all departments come and do like a little presentation of what they had in mind for the show and how it was all going to come together. So it was, yeah, it was just extraordinary to be part of that, and the rehearsal process, and Renee Zellweger like dropping into our chorus music ensemble rehearsal, saying, "Hey guys, how's it going? Is it going good? Great, yeah." It was lovely. It was like a little family. And you know what? Catherine Zeta-Jones did something that has stayed with me since that show. And there's a thing in theater where you give opening night gifts and cards and closing night gifts and cards. And she is from the West End in London, so she started out doing musicals and theater. And we just happened to start rehearsals in December, at the beginning of December. So she hand wrote to every person on the crew, and I don't know if you can look at how many people were in cast and crew, Christmas cards to everyone. And it was kind of like a Merry Christmas, a happy opening. You know, we start shooting in January. And yeah, so I just love that she carried that tradition forward into film and TV.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, very thoughtful.
And then, Karen, you come from a family of entertainers, right?
Yep.
So tell us about your background. I mean, your dad was a musician, right? Entertainer?
Dad just loved music. He wasn't into when we were leaving Jamaica when I was 5, I remember he had 2 suitcases he could bring, and one suitcase was full of 45s.
45.
45, right? Yeah. And he was crying that the other pile of music had to be left behind. So yes, dad was just, his love of music absolutely transcended, and to me for sure. And Deb and I, we were always dancing and singing. We just always were. I don't remember a day that we weren't dancing and singing. And so we'd be upstairs, and my favorite story to tell, we'd pick a song, choreograph it, take the vocal parts, put it together, rehearse the choreography, and then we'd run downstairs to my parents and say, we have a show. And they were so great that they would stop whatever they were doing. Mom would stop doing the dishes, Dad would turn the TV off, they'd sit on the couch and watch our little show. So yeah, we were doing it for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah. And you know what? Here's something funny. Mom used to keep a book of, your favorite things, and what you want to be when you grow up. And every year, there's a page for each year. And every year, Deborah put down a singer, except for maybe one year she put down a nurse, which is amazing. Me, every year, something different.
Oh,
flight attendant, lawyer, doctor, like something different. So it was like, this is meant to do this.
that's wonderful. And when was your first acting role?
I guess the first actual credited role for the union was some sort. Well, Traders was up there in Toronto. The show that was shooting. I was quite young. Party Girl on the Boat, number 2. And then there was some silly Ministry of Health, the film or something. I don't know. Please don't find it. Please don't look it up. Please keep that buried.
You have about 100 credits, right?
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
How did that happen?
Multi-talented. But I want to talk about Always Be My Maybe.
So fun being a part of that cast. My goodness, what a collection of dynamic, amazing comedians. I love comedy. I love drama. I love sci-fi. So yeah, it's extraordinary being part of that. And of course, you wish that there was, I could have been, well, things get cut down. The movie was a lot longer, and so there was a lot of parts that were sort of shortened, but it was very fun being on set and being in the scenes with those people and all the ad-libs. Yes.
And you
so fun.
play Kathy.
I play Kathy.
And you sing Dinah Ross.
I don't get to sing, actually, but I do play the Diana Ross impersonator / Kathy. Mm-hmm. But no, I never did get to sing. I tried to sneak it in.
And tell us about Torn.
Torn is one of the most demanding, emotionally difficult roles I've ever done. So I play the mother of a teenage son who was gunned down by a white cop. So it's a very difficult subject matter, and we're hoping to get into the festivals this year. Torn, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you prepare for the role? Like there was a lot of energy. Like how did you cope?
Okay, so I studied with Larry Moss, and it's funny because there was a scene that was approached that kind of subject matter, and so I'd worked on that a little bit. It wasn't brand new territory, but it was very, very scary territory. It's just emotionally demanding, and so I actually made sure and got to my naturopath to do all that I can to boost up my immune system, because I knew that it was going to take its toll. So yeah, just having all the supplements on board, and instead of the truckloads of coffee that I drink, I got some ginseng drops that would fortify my system as opposed to deplete it. What else? There was, that Voltaren cream that you can use. So I got like a natural form of that as well. Yeah, just that sort of thing. It's just constantly meditating, lots of sleep, lots of juice, really boosting the immune system.
Yes, and
Self-care, self-care,
Self-care.
self-care, self-care.
and when will this come out?
Torn?
Torn.
Torn is, it's going to be in the film festivals.
Yes.
We're hoping. We're still waiting on that. So look for it at your local film festival. Hopefully the VIF, the TIFF, we'll see. Yeah.
And then Always Be My Maybe
Is on
Netflix.
that's on Netflix right now.
Yes.
It's so much fun. What else? Oh yes, don't forget the sci-fi, the 100 is also streaming on Netflix and on the CW, where I play a very strange character, Blythe.
We'll have to watch
Some
it.
crazy stuff going down there.
Karen, we're running out of time, and we'd love you to come back.
Sure, anytime.
Part 2, and
Okay.
thank you very much for coming on the show. If people want to follow you, where can they go?
Oh, well, Instagram, Karen Holness, I think across the board. Yep. I think maybe Instagram is Karen_Holness, and there's also KarenHolness.com.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yes.